Form of artistic expression, so unique that your body can become your canvas. I'm talking about tattoos, an art form that is unappreciated and sometimes frowned upon. Will tattoos ever be accepted in the corporate world? Our next guest is a talented tattoo artist who is here to talk to us about his career and the newfound popularity of tattoos. Goldo Marty, welcome to the program. It's a pleasure having you here. Tell me, Goldo, how did you first get started in tattoos? What motivated you to pursue this form of art?
All right. Well, really, it wasn't even my idea. I got into it. I had a couple friends that always saw me drawing, sketching, and I've always been able to do that my entire life. And they told me to, one day it was a tax season. They told me, hey, we'll buy you, equipment and we'll give you our arms. You want to tattoo us? I was like, what do I have to lose? I did first tattoo and I was like, I was made for this,
But when you did your first tattoo, did you have to have any kind of training first in order to start tattooing?
Up to date, I'm still self-taught. I mean, I just started off, I just had I had it,
But you had it because you were already an artist. What were you doing before you became a tattoo artist?
Well,
what were you doing
before that? I had
and so forth.
I've always just sketched and drawn on pieces of paper. That's it. Actually, before I started, I actually was going to school. I was in culinary arts. I'm actually, a chef.
Okay.
So this is not just I gave up and I ended up in tattooing.
So you're still a chef?
No.
Oh,
no. I switched careers after this.
So tattooing is your whole life now?
This is I mean, it's still there. I can still get down in the kitchen.
You only cook at home?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's about it. I mean, it's something that's there. I have my bachelor's. I can vouch for that. But this is what.
So how long ago did your friends come up to you and say, okay, tattoo me, here's my body?
This was about 10 years now.
Okay, and then what happened after that? How did you become more and more involved?
It's just that once I did my first tattoo, I didn't see it bad at all, and it just motivated me to do more and more. I felt like this is what I was meant to do, and just kept on going and going, and self-teaching myself, and then started tattooing myself, and went from there.
Mm-hmm. I see you have a couple of tattoos. Did you in your arms?
I am the only one. I am the only one that tattoos me. I'm lefty, so everything is on this side.
Oh, I see.
My first tattoo is here. That's my name, and after that, I didn't do this one. Okay. This was when I was younger, and after that, just me.
Okay. So then tell me about what this is. What kind of a business is this now for you? You work at a shop.
Yes.
Where there are other tattoo artists as well?
Yeah, there's other tattoo artists there.
And what happens there, and how, I mean, why is it so popular now? Because now, I mean, in the old days, you would see, bikers and sailors were the ones who were popular for having tattoos. Now it's a trend. It's a very popular thing that almost everybody has a tattoo.
The thing is that I mean, it's something that I don't even know, but what my idea of what's going on is that art has become better over time. Before, when the bikers and sailors were getting tattoos, there was only a set limit of stuff that they were getting, and the talent, I guess, on drawing, not everybody wanted. The youth wasn't all into it. Mm-hmm. Now you know that you can get tattoos anywhere and everywhere, and you can get pretty much whatever you want.
And I guess what I'm getting at, the variety of the stuff.
Yeah, the variety and the style, the talent that you can pretty much get anything, and you just got to look for a good artist.
Let's say that there's this popular tattoo that many people have. Is there a way of personalizing that tattoo? Let's say, look, I like a dove here, but then how do you make that dove personalized to fit that particular person?
Well, then what I do is pretty much every tattoo that I do, I try to customize it. I mean, if overall what you want, you have your set mind on something, I have to do it. You pay me to do what you want me to do. So pretty much if you allow me to be the artist that I am, I will customize it, change it up, you know, make it unique. If they want that, then that's what they get, you know. But if not, then there's nothing I can do.
Do you ever have customers who come in and say, "This is what I want, this is what I want," and they insist on that, and then once you do it, they have a problem with it?
Well, no, because I mean, I understand. I get those customers all the time that they're just so persistent about what they want. Now, if I don't feel comfortable doing it, I will not do it. I see. This is the type of business that it's not all, you know, what the customer says, and you know, they're not always right. I'm the artist overall, so if I don't feel comfortable with my art being on somebody, I will not do it.
What are we talking about in terms of price nowadays for a tattoo? Does it depend on the size of the tattoo,
Well,
the amount of work that you do on it?
Yeah, well, pricing it varies a lot, and nowadays there's a lot of, you know, tattooists. Tattooists are guys that do it just for the money. I'm a tattoo artist. I do this, you know, for, you know, it's my career. So you can find me whenever you want to find me. Now, a tattooist, you know, just does tattoos out of their house. They do, you know, so it's hard for us now to price because they're just giving the cheapest prices. I don't lower my prices. I don't bargain because this is not a shirt, you know, that you're gonna take off tomorrow, you know. So what I do is I charge you according to what I feel my work is worth.
By the time
we
you're
do
gonna spend
have
on it.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, not just time alone, because I can spend time doing a big block of nothing, like I can do, you know, a big block of nothing but art. You get what I'm saying? So,
Sure.
so it really, you know, we do have a minimum at a shop, and then it just varies. We price our own tattoos. You know, whatever I feel like it's worth, that's what it's. That's what it pretty much is.
But give me an average price for, you know, they range from what to what, more or less?
They range from, well, our minimum at the shop is $60, and they can just range to however big and detailed it is, because you can get something real detailed, and it's time consuming, and you know, it's artistic. You know, when it's something customized coming straight out of the head, then, you know, it's not like you can see a picture. It's just all in the head. I'll do the outlining from whatever you showed me, and everything else comes out of my head.
And how long does it take? Again, I imagine it depends on the amount of work, but more or less, do they spend a couple of hours in your shop?
I mean, it all depends on the size. After so many years, I got a little fast. I worked with some artists that they were really fast, and I seen them making more money than me, and I was really slow, and I just had to, like, you know,
speed it up.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, because I see them, you know, their pockets are fatter than mine. So now I'm a little faster. You know, I still pay attention to what I do. I take a lot of pride in my work. If I don't feel happy with it, I will not do it.
Okay,
know?
and is it painful?
Well, yes, it is very, very painful. Very. I mean, this is to me. People, we have people that say, "Oh, it's all right," or "I love it," or "I hate it." Me, it's a little harder for me. I do my own tattoos, so I'm inflicting the pain on myself. Now, you know, you can stop, but I'm really not. You know, I'm forcing myself. So yeah, it actually does hurt. But I guess it's something that, to me, I enjoy doing them on myself. It's just, I can't stop it, you know. I mean, well, I can stop it, but it's just that I like it, you know.
So, again, let's talk about the trend, because, again, everybody and his uncle seems to want a tattoo of some kinds nowadays. Women, a lot more than before. It used to be, again, mostly men who wore tattoos.
Yes.
Now you get women doing, what's the difference? What in your customers, what are the women looking for that's different than the guys?
Well, whatever it is that it's pretty to their eyes, now they know that they can get it.
But tattoos are also sexy in a way, right? They wear in a certain place because it makes them a little sexier. Is that
right? that little sexy trend left it like about 5 years ago.
Okay.
Now they're getting more art. More artwork. Before it was, you know, it was considered trashy, and, you know, just the places that they were getting them, you know, in the lower back, which they call tramp stamps, you know. I mean, nowadays you rarely do those, but I mean, they still come by. Mostly like the older women come in, and, you know, they don't know what it's called now. But now the thing is that now women are getting stuff that that if they see something real pretty to their eyes and they know they can get it, they're going to get that.
Listen, thank you for being on the show. It's really wonderful to get all this information. I'm sure there's a lot of people watching who are interested in tattoos. Where can people get a hold of you?
Well, right now
You're in New Jersey, right?
Yeah, I'm actually working out of a shop in Jersey City called Holy Moly Tattoos.
Holy Moly.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the name of the shop.
So if we call Holy Moly Tattoos and ask for Goldo, they'll be able to find you.
I'll be there. Yeah.
All right. Listen, thank you for being on the show.
All right.
It's a pleasure.